Hello everyone, and welcome to this video. This is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee, and I hope this finds you well. I have a lovely card to share with you today. I found the inspiration for this online, and they called it a spanner card. I'm not sure why, but I just loved it, and I thought I'd show you how to make it today. So you have here the front little flap that opens like this, and then you have a little flap here that can open, and you could have a little secret message there, and then that folds closed like that. So when it stands, you can see it'll stand like that. Okay, so let's start off with our stamping and get that out the way. We're going to use a stamp set that's becoming a firm favourite of mine, Go To Greetings, and we're going to use this big happy birthday here. You know I like big sentiments. So I've got a piece here, scrap here of basic white cardstock. We're just going to ink up our stamp. I've already got it on my block. Give it a really nice inky ink up, and then just going to stamp down, hold. Yeah, that will do me fine. So I'm going to set that aside just to make sure it dries, because I'm filming in about 6 months, 6 weeks ahead of time. So this is the middle of August, so it is really hot today. So I just want to give it a chance to make sure it's properly dry. So clean up my stamp with my simple chamois, which I love. Put that all aside, and we're going to start to make our card. Now in this card here I used Melon Mambo as the card base. For this one today I'm going to use Mango Melody, which is this lovely bright yellow orangey colour. So let's get started. We're going to need our trimmer, so let's bring it out here. And this is a standard A6 card base. That's an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. And we're going to do some cutting. We're going to cut from the base up to the fold line. And let me get my cheat sheet out here to see where I'm going to cut. Okay, so we're going to cut at 4 centimeters, and we want to have everything straight. As I said, we want to cut up to that score line. Sorry if my head is in the camera, which I know it is, just so I can see what I'm doing. Just like that. I'm going to turn it over for the other side and do exactly the same thing. I'm going to cut up to the 4 centimeter score line, and I'm going to get rid of that. So we've now made these 3 flappy panels. Okay, now on the inside we want to fold in our centre panel so that our 2 outside panels are like this, and then we're going to take a piece of window sheet and we're going to attach this across here and then cut off the excess. So let's do that. And I'm just going to put a little bit here of seal along the base. That's better. And of course I've got it on my craft mat, but the good thing about seal is it just rubs off. And then we're going to just put our window sheet. And this sheet, this piece just measures about, come on baby shoes, about 3 centimeters wide. So take care not to stretch your card base, so just let it fall naturally, and that's how it's going to look. And don't worry if the inside looks an absolute mess, because we're going to cover that up. Okay, I'm just going to cut off the excess there. Just making sure I have cut off any excess, and just be careful because window sheet can be sharp at times. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. So let's do some sticking. I'm going to use, I've got some pieces of black here and pattern paper. First piece I'm going to stick down is this insert, and this is just a standard basic white, 14.35 centimeters by 10. Struggling to get my seal to work. I think it doesn't like it being this warm. Okay, so stick that on the inside, and then let's see, let's get our pieces organised. So I've got 4 little strips here of designer series paper, and this is the black and white designer series paper, and we're going to use the white side. So I'm going to put adhesive on the dark side, on the black side, do it all in one go. Makes it so much easier. And then we're just going to mat it on some little strips here of basic black. So off camera I just matted all these pieces down so you didn't have to watch, and all the measurements will be on the blog post, and there's links to that you can find in the description box below. So it's just the pieces of black and white designer series paper matted onto some basic black cardstock. And now we're going to start to put this down, and this piece is going to go on the front of our center panel here. So let's use our snail. Seems to have capitulated now and started to work properly. Put that down there, and then on the inside here where we have this nasty bit with the window sheet, we're going to put down our panels here. So you'll see a little bit of window sheet still, but not much, and it'll look so much better than it did. See, doesn't that look so much better? Fold it open, and then we're going to put the last pieces here on the front. And you can tell me in the comments which you prefer, this Mango Melody or the Pink Melon Mambo. If you do like this project, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know. It really helps, and please do consider subscribing to my channel. I'm trying to get to 500 subbies, and when I do there'll be a giveaway, so I'd love it if you could help me achieve that goal. Okay, so that's where we are so far. Now to cut out our sentiment. It should be dry by now, so let's bring that in here. We're just going to cut it out again with our trimmer. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know I don't tend to measure this. I just sort of go with the flow. Okay, I think I want a bit more off the base. Yeah, that's better. And then the sides, boing, and goodbye. Yeah, that will do. Okay, shift that out of the way. Get rid of these bits, just sorry for my arms in the camera. Piece of basic black, we're just going to mat this on. Yes, I know this is a full sheet and I should use a scrap, but I've been very good using up all my scraps. I have no more scraps left of basic black, so we have to use a full sheet. But I have to say I'm very proud of myself to have used up all my scraps. Do you use your scraps first before you cut into a full sheet, or are you naughty and just go straight for the full sheet? Do you have lots of scraps that you keep and then never use? I used to be like that. I had this drawer full of scraps of basic white, tons and tons and tons of them that I hadn't used, and I went through them all and cut them down into pieces I could use and got rid of what I couldn't use. And now I keep it like that. It's so much better. It's not overwhelming, which is so, and because it's not overwhelming with tons of pieces there and I can't find anything, I actually use it up, which is great. So I'm just going to stick this down at the top here. I only put adhesive on the corners, on the ends here, so that they wouldn't stick to the centre panel. So just like that. I've got adhesive somewhere on here as well. Again, seems to be my pet problem today. Okay, so let's do a little bit of decoration. I have to say it looks nice just like that even. But let's do a bit of decoration. I have here 2 flowers, and I cut this out of this designer series paper, which is the Hugs of Happiness designer series paper. And look at all these gorgeous flowers. I used the pink before, and they all cut out with the matching dies. So look at all those die cuts that you have just from one sheet of paper. Isn't that amazing? Just to be able to make all your own die cuts just like that from one sheet of paper. It's a great way to stretch your supplies. So let's arrange our flowers however we like. I think I'm going to have them a bit like that. I tend to be quite, I make a decision and go with it. I'm the same when I'm driving. I don't dither. If I make a decision, I go with it. I don't sort of start the manoeuvre and then stop and start and wonder if I'm doing the right thing. I just go for it. I don't dither. I come to a decision that it's safe to go, and I go rather than faffing about. So just like that, and I'll cut off a little bit of excess here at the base, as we don't want, otherwise our card won't stand straight. And there you can see that's our one card there, and that's the other one there. They're both done. And you can see, you can have them standing like that, you know, but for you I'll show it like that. So tell me, which do you prefer, Melon Mambo or the Mango Melody, A or B? Let me know in the description, in the comments below. So as I said, I hope you enjoyed the project, and if you did, please do consider subscribing to my videos and liking them. As I said, any information you might want is in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.